Welcome to the Own Your Choices, Own Your Life podcast. You've landed in the right place to learn how to own your story, release subconscious beliefs, rewire your mind, and step into the impact you know you're here to create. Through outspoken publishing and NLP certifications, we share the tools and subconscious shifts that expand your voice, your message, your confidence, and your leadership. I am your host, Marsha Van Weinsberg, NLP trainer, speaker, author, and publisher. I am thrilled you are here. Let's get started. Welcome back to the show. I am thrilled that you're here today, and I know I have a topic that many of you walk through, myself included, and it's this piece that you need certainty. You need certainty in order to make a decision. You need to know if the next decision, whether it's a program, a course, a coach, what to eat for dinner. You need to know a certainty first before you decide. And this one has come up multiple times in the last week with clients. And I know I've done this myself too, is wanting that external certainty first, that you're feeling like you're chasing the feeling of having certainty before you make a decision. And it really got me thinking back to like all of the changes that have happened in my own life and business in the last, especially 3 years. It's been 6 years that I've been navigating this online space with so much mess and uncertainty that it's interesting. And I think about every time I've made a big growth in my business, something has happened. I've done something that really freaking scared me. It actually all came from, yes, certainty, but not from where you think it is. So if you're forever searching for certainty in the external, in the thing that you're chasing, in the thing that you're doing, then it feels like you're looking for that externally and you're looking for that feeling so that you can have it, so that you know that you actually made the right decision, that you're doing the right thing. And when I think about every decision that I have made that has created massive growth, it doesn't come from certainty outside or external. It actually comes from internal certainty first. And I can probably hear a little bit of an eye roll like, great, we have to go back inward first. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Because if you're forever chasing a certainty outside of yourself, you're never going to find it because you don't even know what you're looking for. And chances are really good, even if you are searching for the external certainty, something comes up and it's like, yes, you can absolutely do this. Or you surround yourself with people who are like, of course you can do this. You've got this. And they believe in you, which should give you some feelings of certainty. If it doesn't land, it's because the certainty is not coming from within first. The certainty that you are craving, money, clients, opportunities, relationships, speaking opportunities, has to be built from the inside first at all times, from the inside first. When we were running the contest for the Heartwired CEO speaker spot, it was really interesting because I did have a few conversations with people who are like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm like, great, do it. It's fine. Doesn't matter to me. Do whatever you want to do. But if it's calling you, please do it. And so many of them were saying things like, I wish I had a stage. Okay, I wish I could get on a stage. I'm like, sometimes you have to build your own stage. And you build your own stage by doing things like this, IG, like stories, posts, putting yourself out there. And that builds a level of confidence within yourself that fills your own certainty. Now, I do have to shout out my one friend, client, Christy, who actually built a stage for her video that she submitted. So I know she listens to this show. She's going to hear this. I absolutely love it. That's the extra mile. And the certainty comes from within first. So if you're desiring big changes in your life and or business, I want you to know they don't come from logical steps. They actually don't. Again, an 8-figure coach can give you all of the steps of what you have to do. If you don't feel that level of certainty, trust, knowing within yourself and belief, it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. So the growth that you experience is not going to come from logic. It really does happen when the identity that you're building, honestly, becomes so stronger than the need for certainty. Okay, I want to say that again. The growth, the quantum leap, the whatever you want to call it, that you're searching for comes when your identity, your like knowing in who you are becomes stronger than your need for external guarantees, than your need from certainty from someone else. What that means is that you know you've got you no matter what. Like you just know if this doesn't work, I'm gonna learn something in the way and I'm gonna come out even stronger and I'm gonna do something even more with it. That's just who I am. Just knowing it, that's who I am. That's your identity. See, your identity is really who you are becoming in the process. And we build identity with like repetition, emotion, repetition, emotion. The version of me who has what I say that I want, how does she show up? How does she respond? How does she behave when things are going great? Maybe when they're not. Those are all identity pieces, but identity means you know who you are no matter what. You've got your own back. That's the level of certainty that will move you in your life and business. See, no opportunities are going to come when you feel like you're in this safe space. I want it to be perfect. I want it to be done. And I often joke that the universe will come up and hand you an opportunity right here that is like exactly what you've been asking for. And if you're not doing this within yourself first, if the identity hasn't shifted, if you are not working on a space of feeling certain within yourself no matter what, this opportunity over here, you're going to have this like, I can't do that. I'm not ready for that. That's not a certain enough message. That's not a signy enough sign. It's this piece that the external is not going to give you the answer. It has to come from internal first. When you learn how to trust yourself before the evidence shows up, that is a game changer. I actually talked about this in the Unbothered program. One of the pieces of the acronym is seeing it before you see it. And I'm talking like, can you see it, feel it, hear it before you actually have it? You're training your subconscious that you are safe to hold this. You are safe to carry this. You are the person who can do this. And again, that does not mean that you're only prepping yourself for when it all works out. Because along the way of it working out, a lot of shit's going to go wrong. It is. I'm always going to be the one to shoot real with you. I have another episode coming up. I'm just trying to figure out how to put it into words. But we can't just prep ourselves for the things that are working. We also have to prep ourselves for how are we going to hold it when people do doubt us, people do question us, people do judge our character, they do judge our integrity. How do you respond then? Are you so certain within yourself that you can allow someone else to have their own opinion without trying to make them change their mind? Because that's a game changer. I had this happen just as I'm recording this. Something that happened knocked me a little bit off my feet. I almost wanted to react, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Not going to do it because we're all entitled to our opinion. I know who I am. I'm not saying that I don't have room to grow because I absolutely do, but I know who I am. And that certainty, I know my integrity is strong. I know it is. Those pieces are so important. That's the internal piece first. That's how you continue to build trust within yourself. So that even when things are not happening outside of you, like actually imagine being that, I think it's that version of Pirates of the Caribbean where Johnny Depp's coming off of the plank and it's like everything is blowing up around him and he's as calm as could be. That's what happens when you build certainty within yourself. That means that a lot of things can be going wrong. You can be getting opinions over here, judgments over here, criticism here, failed payment here, client not responding, all of these things happening. And you are still standing there going, yeah, I got me. I'm good. I've got me. I can respond to these things. They're not knocking me off my game. That is internal certainty. I love how I have these podcasts kind of ideas. And then all of a sudden now we're talking about the pirate ship. Just stay with me. My brain can go sometimes. But I wanted to give you this example, right? If you're waiting for the circumstances outside of you to be perfect, whatever that is, because I'll tell you, nothing has changed in my life when the outside was perfect, because it certainly has been the opposite. If you're saying things like, I will move when I know it's going to work, when I feel like that investment is guaranteed, when I feel like I know that people are ready for this version of me. I know that they'll listen. I know they'll believe in me. If you're saying any of those conditional circumstances, For certainty, what you're doing is you're telling your nervous system to stay on high alert for safety and security because it's outside of you. It's out there. Go keep watching for it because we're looking for it. Where are we going to find it? And all of this sudden, you are searching outside of yourself, and safety and certainty and circumstances outside of yourself is impossible because life is always changing. It is forever changing. We have so much information coming at us at all times that it is changing nonstop. If we don't train ourselves how to be certain within ourselves, we are going to be literally knocked all over the place. And trying to create a business from that lens, holy, like you'll never hold it. I promise you, you will never, ever hold it. See, your nervous system wants this feeling of like, okay, I am safe. I can feel the uncertainty, but I know that I've got me. We're training ourselves of, how can I be safe within myself? How can I see those old patterns, see those old thoughts, see that fear that shows up and not feed it? Recognize it, see it, not feed it. See, the subconscious mind does not prioritize. You can say, I want to expand. I want my business to grow. Oh, last year my word was expansion. I will never choose that word again. It was, although it was a good learning experience. When you choose something like that, I kept saying, I want more expansion. Well, guess what? You've got to be okay with the opposite because the subconscious mind will always choose what is safe, predictable, and familiar. So I'm over here saying, I want expansion. I want growth in my business, which we did substantially last year alone. And it wasn't without a lot of challenge because my subconscious mind wanted what was familiar, safe, predictable, and familiar at all times, not because it's broken, because that's what its job is. So every time you want that growth in that, like in your life and business, you have to know it doesn't come with a guarantee. In fact, you can literally start out on the journey that you are certain is your journey. It is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You're like, yep, this is it. I know I'm doing. And guess what? The universe can derail you, move you in a different direction. And you're like, oh, this is actually what I wanted. I just didn't know it. I thought that's what it was. It's wild how it can unfold in ways that are beyond what you can imagine. So, what does this come down to? What's the identity? What's the story you're telling yourself? Who are you in this process? Are you searching for certainty outside of yourself first? How can you come back to building that identity, the self trust, the certainty within first? Because when you build your reserves internally, it'll be bigger than any fear that shows up. It'll be bigger than any comment that shows up, any negative word. It will be bigger. And that is how you're going to continue to grow the business, is that your internal, like grounded certainty becomes unshakable with whatever else is happening out in the outside world, outside of your business. This is like the real certainty is self leadership. How do you lead yourself? How do you see yourself? What's the identity of how you see yourself? How do you believe in yourself? Sorry, your certainty is built with how you lead yourself every single day. Can you be so certain in yourself that no matter what else is happening, you've got you at all times? I woke up, had this comment, had this thing to deal with, and I was like, I could feel myself wanting to respond, a past version of me wanting to respond. And I was like, no, I am certain in who I am. I know who I am. And how I am going to lead myself through this discomfort is to anchor in on being so certain in leading myself that no matter what, that won't knock me off my game. I know who I am. So I got up, put my stuff on, went for a walk early, came back, did a workout, did a longer meditation than normal. And I'm like, I am certain in what I need and I know who I am. Promise you, this is a missing piece, a little bit of a magic bullet when you're so clear on who you are and how you support yourself. So I want you to know that the people who create the extraordinary businesses, opportunities that you are watching and witnessing, that you are looking at and you think like they are so certain they know who they are, I promise you, they have built a deep certainty within themselves first. You just don't see it. You're looking at the end result. And every time you look at the end result, you miss oh my God, thousands and thousands and thousands of reps that they did in order to build that certainty. It was way more work than what you ever think it was, but that's where it starts. That's how you build that self-trust, that nervous system safety, the subconscious reprogramming that aligns with the version of you that you are becoming. This is the work that we do in all of my containers. Heartwired CEO Mastermind. We do it in Outspoken, the NLP coaching certification that is currently onboarding now for the August cohort. You can save $1,000 until June 15th. The link will be in the show notes. Any of the containers that I do. I have, I get to work with some of the most incredible people in writing their books, publishing their books, helping them with their stories. This is the piece of certainty that is often overlooked or misrepresented as to where it comes from. So I would love to know how this message lands. I am forever, ever, ever, ever cheering you on. And I want you to know that whatever's landing for you, it is for you. You just might have to become the version of you who can hold it in the process. Have an incredible day. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Own Your Choices, Own Your Life. I invite you to tag me on social media with your takeaways or share it with a friend. If you feel called, please leave a 5-star review and I would be forever grateful. Until next time, remember, when you own your choices, you own your life.